Hello, my name is Herman and I'm a designer. I recently finished my master's degree at the Oslo School of Architecture and Design, and I currently work as a consultant for Knowit Experience in Oslo. I left academia around a year ago, and since then I've worked as a designer, but I've also run a freelance practice for around 7 years. This will be somewhat subjective, but I hope those of you studying or practicing design as a creative profession or considering doing so might get some new perspectives from this talk. Today I want to talk to you about bursting design bubbles. By this I mean combining studies and work, how designers can think more outside their own bubble, and how this connects to universal design. A word for design that has stuck with me is bricolage. A bricoleur is a person who uses anything in their immediate environment to create something new. We are all bricoleurs in our own ways. We use our immediate environment, whether it's the people, stuff from the internet, or just everyday encounters. The ideas we get are a product of this environment, and the things we put into the world, whether they are objects, actions, structures, have an impact on the space and freedom we provide for each other. I see bricolage as a valuable aspect of what it's like to be a designer. You can imagine it as sort of like a bubble that represents our worldview, and the bubble expands when we are exposed to new things. Being a design student can quickly feel like a bubble in itself, limited to the walls of your institute, which is why I have found it very valuable to try and understand my own limits and challenge them. This can be through collaborating with people who have a totally different worldview from yourself, by exploring a new topic, or perhaps challenging the design discipline. The result of these explorations has led to a number of interesting opportunities. This is a service design project I did a few years back called Sengevesenet, which can be translated to something as the Nightmare Guardians. Here we explore the relation between design and the placebo effect. Placebo is essentially something you believe in so strongly that it has a physical effect on you. Placebo is usually something related to medicine, but we wanted to find another use case for it. A group of people who tend to believe quite strongly in things that aren't real are kids. And they also believe in fantastical things such as being afraid of the dark or monsters. And so we began collaborating with children to design products and services that would play on the narrative of their fantasy. The result was 12 different placebo products for fear of darkness, such as a mailbox that allowed you to communicate directly with your fear, or a nightgown that would camouflage you from your fear. In another project, I decided to explore a completely different profession from my own and design something I have never designed before, which was a new uniform for Norwegian midwives. This project ended up being discovered by a clothing producer, and I have now designed multiple uniforms for Felleskjøpet, which is one of the biggest producers of clothing for farmers in Norway. So by challenging my own worldview, it has opened up a lot of professional doors. Especially strong examples of challenging our own worldview are the projects exhibited at the Design for All exhibition. They have all explored new areas to expand their bubbles. Don't Fear the Griever is about designing for cultural change and create valuable tools and methods for the design discipline. Sound Boost, collectively designing with children who have hearing impairment. Anathema, highlighting the topic of sexual health among elderly people. Oslo's Identity, the capital of Norway, taking absolutely everyone into account when designing a municipal brand identity. All of these projects explore and expand not only the bubbles of the designers themselves, but they are also a huge inspiration to others. The exhibition is interactive and made for you to explore universal design from many different angles. For me, doing these explorations has typically wound up into something technological or digital, because I'm usually quite drawn in that direction. I think most people have a direction that they're naturally drawn towards. You may be passionate about product design, perhaps you love good food, or you're interested in other cultures. This to me is a good argument to say whatever and dip your toes into the most uncharted areas you can imagine. By daring to try something new, I can assure you that you will find fascinating and valuable topics that will inform and inspire your topic of interest. From my time being a student, this has probably been my best experience and something I encourage others to do. Expand your bubble, allow yourself to stumble upon the unforeseen, because by improving our understanding of the world around us, our environment, we can become better at scoping and designing things with a more universal value. Thank you.